Ferrari, a team with a rich history in Formula One, finds itself facing tough challenges. Despite high expectations, especially regarding their position at the front of the pack, their performance has been underwhelming. Take the Miami Grand Prix, for example. Ferrari couldn't even beat Williams, a team that's not even a top contender. This situation has raised many questions back at their headquarters in Maranello. The real question is, will they be able to make the right adjustments to change the outcome of their season? For now, it seems unlikely that we'll see a faster version of the SF25 in the near future. However, if they fail to make the necessary improvements, the future of Ferrari in F1 could look very different. The current negative sentiment surrounding the team seems well-founded. They were expected to be a top contender, but instead, they find themselves stuck somewhere in the middle, struggling with a car that isn't living up to its potential. There were initial hopes that the SF25 would show its true potential as the season progressed, particularly after the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. However, those expectations are starting to look uncertain. With McLaren's recent performance, Ferrari now faces a significant gap in pace. Charles Leclerc recently spoke about the disappointing race in Miami, explaining that even a perfect lap couldn't get the car to perform. He went on to say that the car was struggling in almost every corner, not just in one specific type. Despite having everything aligned for a perfect lap, the best they could manage was an 8th-place finish. It was clear from his comments that Ferrari wasn't able to keep up, and the result reflected their current state. This is concerning for Ferrari. Their aim is to compete at the front, but right now, they are far from it. Leclerc expressed hope that they could turn things around soon, but admitted that the team doesn't have all the solutions yet. This only adds to the uncertainty about where Ferrari will go from here. All eyes are now on the upcoming Barcelona Grand Prix, where a technical directive is expected to make a difference. Many believe this race could mark a turning point, with hopes that Ferrari's performance might improve, possibly reducing McLaren's advantage. But while this might seem promising, the reality is that Ferrari's deficit is large, and catching up with just one upgrade package is unlikely. Although qualifying times have been closer this season, the race itself tells a different story. Ferrari's past advantage in tire management now seems less effective, leaving the team in a tough spot with the current SF25. One of the boldest moves Ferrari made was opting for a new concept despite being close to the end of the current technical regulations. This decision raised a lot of eyebrows, but team principal Fred Vasseur has been vocal about the need to pursue the potential still left in these regulations. While it's still up for debate whether Ferrari made the right call, Vasseur is focused on moving forward and extracting the most performance in the upcoming races. Fred Vasseur has shared some insights into the development path Ferrari is taking, with updates planned for Imola and Barcelona. The key challenge, however, is finding the right balance with the SF25. Vasseur emphasized that it's not just about adding more upgrades, but rather about achieving the best compromise for the car. He also mentioned that the upcoming Imola race could suit Ferrari better than the Miami circuit, as the team has struggled with low-speed corners in the past. But even with the best track suitability, Ferrari will need a car that can react quickly in all types of corners, something McLaren's MCL39 has proven to be capable of. If Ferrari wants to challenge for the top spots, they'll need a car that matches McLaren's pace and the consistency of other front-runners like Mercedes and Red Bull. Vasseur's goal is clear: to ensure that Ferrari doesn't just keep up with the competition, but ideally surpass them in the near future. Lewis Hamilton, despite the difficulties Ferrari is facing, remains optimistic about their potential. Reflecting on the Miami race, Hamilton expressed that the SF25 still holds promise, but something is preventing the team from unlocking its full performance. He noted that since the race in China, Ferrari has been unable to extract the performance. That's clearly there. Hamilton believes the team can improve, but it will require fixing some key issues with the car. He pointed out that once these problems are addressed, Ferrari will be in a better position to challenge for the top positions, especially against teams like Mercedes and Red Bull. In his view, the next few races will be crucial. Ferrari's upgrades are expected to make a significant difference, and there's hope that they will soon be able to close the gap. The question remains, though, can Ferrari turn things around before it's too late? When analyzing Ferrari's performance in Miami, it's clear that strategy played a role in their struggles. The team was in constant discussions about swapping positions between their drivers, with Charles Leclerc and Hamilton in particular. In the end, the decision was delayed, and the medium tires they had used didn't help them catch up to the driver in P6. Hamilton, clearly frustrated, stated that the swap should have happened much sooner and more decisively. This misstep added to the sense of frustration within Ferrari. Fred Vasseur, however, defended the team's actions, explaining that the situation wasn't as bad as it seemed. According to him, it only took about one lap to determine whether the strategy was working or not. He argued that they weren't sure if the DRS effect would make a difference, which is why the swap wasn't done immediately. Nevertheless, the debate over the timing of the move remains a point of contention, particularly given that it didn't benefit the team in the way they had hoped. Looking ahead, Ferrari is going to face some very interesting challenges. The team is clearly in a volatile state, and this unpredictability is something that will continue to shape their performance in the coming races. They still need to better understand the behavior and performance of their car. Once they have a clearer grasp on these aspects, they'll be in a better position to manage their drivers effectively. This could be a task that they leave for the next season, especially considering that they're not currently in the championship battle with their competitors. Another layer of complexity has emerged with the leadership change under Fred Vasseur, which has shifted the team's approach. Ferrari's mindset seems to have evolved from a need to understand the car to a more urgent desire to find potential that may not even exist. As the season moves forward, it's clear that Ferrari's path to improvement is not a simple one. They are in a race against time, with key upgrades coming in Imola and Barcelona. Whether these upgrades will be enough to close the gap to their rivals is yet to be seen. The team will need to continue adapting quickly to avoid falling further behind. In the meantime, Ferrari's drivers are showing determination, but the frustration is evident. With the team focused on finding performance and managing the car, their efforts may pay off in the future, but for now, they are left with more questions than answers. The question remains, will Ferrari's gamble on development pay off? Or will they continue to struggle in the face of stronger competition? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The next few races will be crucial in shaping their future.